Hey, this is Cliff from Power Up Book, entrepreneur, author, and executive MBA, and I have to share this story from Reddit. It's a great success story from a guy named Austin who started an SaaS AI project and has had some amazing success growing it organically, similar to what I did with my first company. Okay, let's dive in. For context, my name is Austin, who built an SaaS, and I wanted to share my experience growing my software as a service product. I'm a software engineer working at a tech company, and my product is called NexusTrade.io. It started as a personal project 3 years ago. I will add a link to the app, by the way, in the description. Okay, back to Austin. Around 1.5 years ago, I open sourced my project and essentially gave up entirely. However, the reception I received on my open source project inspired me to keep going, rebuild backend from scratch, and create the Nexus Trade app as you see today. On January 31st, I released a beta version of my SaaS product to the public. From then until October 9th, I had 300 users. From October 9th to January 25th, I grew 2,205 registered users. I launched paid subscriptions in late December, and my MRR grew to $100. I know this growth isn't amazing compared to what we sometimes see on the sub, but at one point, I genuinely believed nobody cared what I was building. To go from that to over 2,000 users in a few months has made me very proud. So I'm here to share what worked for me personally and what hasn't worked. Austin, build your community and the revenue will follow. Great job at showing that. Yes. All right. So he goes on to say, so here's what worked. Writing articles on Medium. This has actually been my most effective way to gather new users. I write about whatever I want, but I tend to write in my niche of artificial intelligence, investing, finance, trading, and the intersection between those niches. I also use this as an opportunity to showcase my new features. What I learned from this is a lot better to show, not tell. So for example, instead of writing an article that says I implemented features X, Y, and Z, it's a lot better to write an article that says how I accomplished my goal X by using this platform. Do you see the difference? I'm showing users how to solve their problems instead of telling them about potential solutions. I love this, by the way, Austin. That's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so Austin goes on to say, creating a new email newsletter. In addition to writing articles on Medium, I also created an email newsletter. When users sign up for my website, I send my Medium articles directly to them. This helps my articles get a small boost and keeps my users engaged. It's important to build the email list organically. While you could buy one, your metrics such as CTR, which is click-through rate, and open rate will be significantly affected. You might be marked as spam by Google, so nobody will receive the emails you're sending. Yes, that is so correct, Austin. Never buy email lists ever. Grow your own. If you're still with me in this video, please smash that subscribe button and like this video if you desire success. Okay, let's get back to Austin. He goes on to talk about what didn't work, creating social media content. He goes on to say, I'm not charismatic enough to grow my social media channels by myself. I just don't get views or likes on TikTok or Instagram. Maybe if I were able to invest a lot more time into it, but I simply don't have the time. I understand that, Austin. So my commentary here is that social media is important. It is about helping people with problems to find your solutions. Now, some social media apps are better for certain audiences. For example, he can create threads in seconds on X with some of his Medium stuff and have a huge high-tech following grow that follows him on X. So I do have a video here that you can check out on how to use an amazing app that can help you become an absolute monster on X. Austin goes on to say, here are the things I want to try next. Some of the things I'm actively trying now are reaching out to micro influencers and offering them a commission, reaching out to newsletters in my niche. Now, Austin is on a roll here, and he is on the right track with seeking to work with influencers. Reaching out to newsletters can also help if he's willing to pay to be featured in some of the larger ones. Be sure to track that return on investment. So here's Austin's summary. Bootstrapping a business is hard, especially when you're insistent on keeping costs low and not spending a fortune on paid advertisement. Creating organic content is a great way to spread the word about your project and has brought remarkable success to my company. Feel free to ask any questions below. Yes, Austin, kudos to you for doing this. You are off to a great start and you are seeing true return on investment with your tactics. I have a similar story coming out soon in my book that's going to be published where I tell my story about how I grew my business organically like Austin did and sold it a year later to a larger company. I'm offering free digital copies of my book. If you want to join my wait list, see my link in the description of this video. Thanks and keep powering up.